Well, tonight we are starting a little bit early because this is going to take a minute. And so, what we are going to be doing is painting up this Synapse Tyrant that I have made for the alien hives because they don't have a Synapse Tyrant model. I took a bunch of one page rules models and kind of bashed them together to come up with this. And the reason why it's going to take a while is we're going to be doing a coconut crab scheme on it. Let me pull some stuff over here. I've already got the rest of the army done. This is the burrower here. We're doing a black, white, and gray coconut crab scheme. So let me put him back in the box over here. They're all still drying. I'm getting some fumes. Howdy, sauntering spellcaster. How you doing? Let me make sure the chat. Oh, there we go. Chat is set the right way. And all right, here we go. Zoom in a hair. That's more than a hair. There we go. Instant headache for everybody watching. All right. So let's start off with, we're going to do grim black for the black part of the carapace until we get to the dots. Because otherwise, if you do everything just black like this, you got nowhere to go down from there. Sweet. I love painting Da Vinci stuff. I'm hoping they come up in the wheel again pretty soon. Something feels off. Like my camera's in a weird spot. Hey Eric, how you doing tonight? Boop, boop, boop. A little bit there. And of course my furnace has to start up immediately. Oh, it's going alright. Just starting out. Starting a little early because this is going to take a minute. And this is one of those that I don't want to leave half done because I feel like I won't go back to it for a while. And it just happens to be like, can I get this thing on here? No, it is just the right size to be too big. Cool. Paint some alien hives. That's awesome. So, looking at the rest of my stuff, this is just an upscaled body for a warrior, and this army has 9 other warriors in it. So I'm just going to kind of follow the scheme I did for those until we get to the big bulbous head. Yeah, doing a swarm army with these guys, it's if you have the stamina for it, it's a pretty good tactic. This is an army that could definitely swarm. Or at least put up a good showing of a swarm. Now here we're just going to be doing like a band around the edges. So that way we can play around with the dots when we get up in there. This here, and then we'll do is hip this color as well. Then we're going to cut it off right about there. Ooh. That is a nice size swarm. I think I know what the problem is. My old tripod used to droop whenever I'd set it up here, so the camera was lower. So I gotta sit up a little taller to be able to read the chat when it comes in, which is fine. Forcing my posture. Mad Dragons, hey, how you doing? Mad Dragons, guess what? You are absolutely my first super chat ever. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and I am so happy that you found my stuff. Happy that you're here. All right, so believe it or not, black is done now because we are. Well, because I go for speed on these things, and I don't want to be sitting around waiting for stuff to dry. We're going to be jumping around a bit. So we're going to do the tentacles on its face, and I don't have like I don't have a good pink period. So we're going to use some Doomfire Magenta because Moonlight Coral, whenever I thin that out, it comes to like some weird pinkish color. Oh, like a weird pinkish color. So we're going to do this. We're going to do tentacles. They look kind of like a neon pink, but don't worry. Don't worry when we get to the oil wash step, which we're not going to do tonight because that's awful involved. It'll knock that color down on them. It won't be quite as neon. Hang on, she's getting into painting. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. It's always good when you got the kids getting them into this stuff. Because that way you know they're not going to have money for drugs when they get older, right? Yeah, this guy here, like, this is not a normal model they use. What I did here is I took the Synapse Carnifex, I forgot what it's called, Psycho Rex, and I just, in Mesh Mixer, I stuck its face on there, which I'm going to be doing a video on how to do a little bit of a 3D digital kit bashing. I did a video on it previously, but it didn't really go in depth. All right, now we're going to do a strip of some of you painting goblins. I learned it from you, Dad. Oh, I can hear that now. My son comes home one day and goes, Dad, I want to experiment with orcs. Like, oh. That's just a funny thought. So we're going to water down the apple barrel white a little bit because, you know, it comes out like concrete. And we're going to try to do a middle stripe here. About there. Awesome. Listen, I'm just so happy that I get to hear that you guys are like just painting and printing and doing OPR and doing hobby because of me. Or I inspire you to do so. It makes me feel good. Well, they're doing a redesign on the orcs. And the redesign looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. It definitely looks more orky than the last versions of stuff they put up there. And when I make it to Adepticon next week, I'm definitely going to have to browbeat some people. Like, hey, let me get my hands on those files. I'll get them all painted up for you. Yeah, Guns on Dinosaurs is definitely the way to go there. Hey, Trainaholic, how you doing tonight? I'm just here painting my brain bug. He's trying to. Okay, I watered that down a little bit too much, as you can see there in the top. So we're going to take a little bit right from the tap here. So I want to get a good white on that. Yeah, I'm happy to do it too. You know, I have people ask me all the time, you know, how I paint so much or why I paint so much. And honestly, this is therapy to me. You know, you have a hard day at work, you just I come downstairs, give the wife a kiss, come down here, turn on a podcast or like an anime. Like tonight I just finished up Freerun while I was waiting for the live stream to start. And I just put brush in paint and go. Yeah, Apple Barrel is good if you're using like basic colors, or even like if you want to do terrain and stuff. Like this khaki, I mix this with my base paste here that it gives me instant desert. And then I just put a wash on it from there. Awesome. That's something I'm planning on doing in the future, is having an HDF mech army. All right, let's get loud. Let's go ahead and put some stuff on that head and switch out to this one. Oh, I really wish this fit in my holder. Yes, we're going with green guts brain. Bit thick in some areas. I just want to wick that off a little bit, otherwise she will run. I'm gonna put a little back on there. Okay, there we go. Kind of looks Mars Attacks like right now. Okay, now that white... Oop, come on, buddy. Now that white is not dry yet. But you know what? We're going for something here. So the line in between, we're going to do pewter gray. And this kind of has a little bit of brown to it too, just a touch. Just a touch. just enough to make it interesting. And I realized I forgot to go all the way up here with the rest of the armor color, so we're going to fix that here, and then when we go back in with white, we'll fix it some more. And now with this, what we want to do is kind of get a sketchy line in between here. Yes, the cheap stuff is great. There's no there's no reason to, if it works, there's no reason to buy something that's like $8 an ounce. And I just prime with a rattle can, just Rust-Oleum gray. And then I dry brush, and then I use that white apple barrel and just do a dry brush on it. Pull that out of there. So it's not, I'm not really trying to do like a zenithal highlight on it. What I'm just trying to do is to go in and pick out the details with the white dry brush. That way when I go back in with speed paints, I pick up highlights that way. Yeah. 90% of us are poor hammer because, well, most of them are, most of us are like dads that, kids are expensive, man. Okay, so there is that. God, that brain looks so cool on camera. Big old flashy colors. Now we're going to go in and do the skin, and for that, I went a little darker on these. I did warrior skin on these. And this is going to cover everything that is not green brain or armor panels. Armor panels. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'd rather $6 Rust-Oleum works just as good to me. Pretty much doing everything in the undercarriage here this color. And the thing too with Rust-Oleum, people always talk about their hobby primer. Don't prime when the humidity's this, or don't prime when it's this temperature out. Man, a can of Rust-Oleum, it'll just work. it'll be It'll be negative 5 degrees outside. I'm out in the garage spraying. The Rust-Oleum's like, yep, got it. I'll keep on spraying. Okay, and then the arms, the little, well, they're not really little, but the arms I'm going to do in a bone color. That's like the secondary armor color I did for these guys. We're going to have the skin going down the face. Exactly. Get these little, I called them platelets before, but I don't even know what those are called. Little armor pieces on top of the tentacles. Not a marine biologist, that's why I play war games. I almost was, though. It was funny enough. That was a career I thought about when I was younger. You know, living in Florida. That was something that everyone pushed down there. If you want to be a scientist, go in the ocean. Hey, well, welcome from Costa Rica. Welcome, Marco. How you doing tonight? Oh, blending with speed paints is real easy. Real easy. Like all you got to do is make sure, like if you keep it wet, you can like I could just pull color down with the speed paint. Just have another one on the brush and pull. But if you do that, you're gonna want to use some kind of like a, uh, I want to say, was a drying retarder on it because speed paints dry awful fast. So either find a way to slow that down, or you got to be Johnny on the spot. Lots of wind over there. Good. Yeah, I can see it. You know, we had our second false spring today. Walked out of my walked out of my office to do a work order, and it was coming down snow, and I'm like, damn it. All right. All right. Now, is it dry? Yeah, it's dry. It's dry enough. All right. Now we are going to start doing the coconut crab spots. The way we do that, we start off with the gray, start off with the middle out. So that, and then just a touch of water in there. It's another thing about apple barrel paint, so I mix this much up, I don't feel bad about it. All right, so we're going to adjust the camera for this because I'm going to have to get in close. Where's the little one? There's a tiny brush. All right. So now, the way we do this is we just start dotting. Just do some dots just right over the line. And then the other way too. Then your first pass over, you go, oh no, I've covered everything up. Well, that's fine because we're gonna be doing 3 passes, one for each color. Oh, I got hair in it. Come on, it's the joy of having so many damn cats. My wife collects cats. Every time she sees one, she's like, oh, poor baby. Oh, God. Not another one. Leave that for the white, and we're going to do some black. No, we're going to do the white next. Let's check this. Chat, see what we got going on. Oh, your favorite live stream next is how you doing? Sorry, this is... I gotta get real close for this because I feel old man eyes coming. All right, first we're gonna take that armor plate and we're gonna go the rest of the way up here because for some reason I just missed it on the first pass. That's good enough. Now, we're going to go down. Save your hair for the Ewoks. You forgot you were trying to fast forward, weren't you? Man, I wish I could fast forward right now. All right, so there's the white. This is why we don't clean out these palettes until we're done with this step. So now we can take the gray. Wait, that's still wet. So we'll just wait for that white to dry. And then we'll do some black. And again, touch of water. Give her a mix. You should definitely get back to painting. Your models, they miss you. Okay, so now we go from the edge and then just up. We're going to kind of intermingle a few dots in there. Oh yeah, well, I have the rest of the army sitting beside me. So once I get done with these dots, I'll pull some out to show you what it looks like after the oil wash and everything is done. Because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get it done, but of course, it's me. I got it all done in 2 days. The rest of the army, and I was sitting around tonight waiting. If you hear the 3D printer humming away in the background, that is going to be the next Trench Crusade one-page rules army I'm doing. It's going to be based on the Black Grail. Hey, Vermin, how you doing? Yeah, thank you. Now that white's dry, we can go back in with a little bit of gray just to break up that profile there. Just a bit. There we go. All right. So that's the armor plates done. So what does that look like when it is done? When we pull out the Carnivore Rex, because it's the big one. Here we go. This is what it comes out like. After oil washing everything, picking up all the little nooks and crannies in there. Of course, I always like my grim dark armies to look a little bit extra grim and dark. And then, everything fell over in the box. Hold on. And then the big one. I gotta zoom up. Headache time. There we go. And then here is the Burrower. They're awful shiny right now because before I do the oil wash, I hit them with a gloss coat. So that stops the mineral spirit from eating through the rest of the paint, which is something I learned the hard way. Focus on the face. Face. Give me some face. Nope, never mind. But yeah. So this is what I'm going for. And then all the little brain bugs. Let me pull one out. Here's the tiny ones, the little psycho gaunts that are going to go with them. And for these, focus. Oh, come on. Focus. Come on. And then for these, what I used for these was the Synapse guys' heads. Again, I just did the 3D kit bashing, shrunk the head, slapped them on Assault Grunts. And then for this one, it was the Psycho Effects. So, we are actually kind of close to done here. It's only been half an hour. I was thinking it was going to be an hour and a half. So let me take a minute then, clean out all of my pallets here. Again, this is apple barrel paint, so I can't feel bad about it. Scrape all that out. Scrape this out. Well, thank you. Thank you. Like I was saying earlier, I just treat painting as my therapy. Awesome. I'm going to be doing a video on it because I had a lot of people that asked questions. Yeah, see, where'd it go? I have the hull of an airbrush that, honestly, I haven't plugged that in 10 years. Meh. Okay, so now we are going to do the rest of the armor plates. And we just do those in palette bone. Yeah, there's no point in dry brushing with GW colors or any model paint color. If you're just going for an under highlight like this, there's no reason. Claws. Headache time. There we go. We're going through and touch all the spikes. Awesome. Legally distinct for a name of cataphrons. I don't know, salt bots or something. There we are there. Okay, so we're almost done there. I'm going to take this a step further. And, oh, I got a paper towel again. Paintbrush in the mouth, of course. Because where else do you put the paintbrushes? Yeah, I really wish I had a holder that was big enough for this step. Because I want a little bit more glow on that head. Vampire halflings. I'm looking forward to what you do with that. I saw you say that and I was like, hey. It triggered something in my head like I must do. Okay. So we're going to do a little white. Oh, too much. Do a little white on there. And while I have it out, let's get real close. We're going to do the eyeballs. Alright, we're going to give that just a second to dry. And then we're going to pull this out. Not this. Where are you going? Data system glow. Just a second there. You want to make sure you mix this up. As you can see, all the pigment was stuck to the bottom. Not so sure about that. It kind of just looks the same. Well, this is why we experiment. Okay. So, color-wise, he's done. Now we just got to do an oil wash on him. And that'll be, I'll do that tomorrow because that's a little bit in-depth. So let's pull out some of the other stuff for this army as I get all the paint off of my fingers. Come on, man. Put that back. Put that over there. What was it? Oh, something else fell. All right. Here is the rest of the army. Ta-da. So here is, I got 9 warriors in the army, and they have the 4 shotguns. They're the guns that fire 4 different shots. And we got another Carnival Rex here. So this army has 2 Carnival Rexes, a Burrower, 9 warriors, 5 Psychonauts and Psychogaunts, and 1 Synapse Tyrant in the army. Is it going to be good? I don't know. That's why I build armies, to figure out if they work. Most people do play testing before they build stuff. Me, I'm the opposite. I build stuff and then play testing. So that's the end of the painting. But I have a dilemma. Kind of. Let me show you what I mean. With OPR coming out with their new orcs, I have just finished. You guys have seen this before. Well, that's 2,000 points, but you guys have seen this before. I have 150 orcs in this army. I think what I'm going to be doing in that army, because I'm going to be switching over and doing an army made out of the one-page rules orcs. I'm going to be taking that army with me I am going to be taking that army with me to Adepticon. That'll be one of the armies I take with me. And you know, if I see a kid that is interested in one-page rules, I might forget to pack it back up. Or be like, hey, I found this in the garbage. And also, the next thing we're doing is the next video we're going to be filming on Saturday is the Havoc Dwarves. And I've retooled the Havoc Dwarves. Here's a war wagon. Or a siege wagon. I found a 10mm file that was Evil Dwarf Steam Tank. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like a siege wagon to me. And then we're going to be bringing 9 mortar teams and a bunch of mortar artillery. I'm going back and I'm doing Havoc Dwarves the correct way, which is gunpowder, and slavery. Or what do they change it to now? They changed the names because they're getting away from those type of words, I guess. Let's see. That's pretty much all I've been working on this week so far. These alien hives were printed on Monday, or they got done printed on Monday, and now I got a whole army of them. So, yay! On to the next one. So I guess that's gonna do it for me tonight. I really thought this guy was gonna take a whole lot longer than he did. Yeah, and before the oil wash, I got to make sure, I got to let all the paint cure and stuff too. Otherwise, I'll drip it in the mineral oil and just bleh. I've made that mistake more than once. So yeah, I guess that'll do it for me tonight, guys. I'm going to bed. So, thanks for watching. Remember to keep on painting, keep doing your hobby, and I hope you're having fun playing OPR wherever you are. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.